right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gon' change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame it. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no respond, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatic. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't fake split decisions cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up, nigga. I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch. I had to get it, it's vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance, boxing the goal. And they know I'm raw, and they know the squad, and I'm feeling large, still in charge. I don't make them follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they hear on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that guy in me. You get focused on them dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' be the building. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home yeah. Truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up.
We have a gift that nobody can see, that was handed over to us to do something amazing. Take the gift, man. Take the gift. Take the gift, man. And let the Most High work in you to do something you have never done.
I ain't even impressed what you expect. You see this shit? Hold on, there's one West on my chest.
One West world, that's it.
Fuck a street code, let a priest love. No stain, great Dane with the leash off. I ain't nothing of this world, I need a respawn. I just know they wish that I would stop, but I keep going. These fringes on my calf like a tube sock. I used to stuff the loose ones in my shoebox. And we came a long way from the curbside. Now we looking from the top from a bird eye. And I can't leave my brother on the battlefield. Lord, let the hell rain, we gon' see who real. And you know they gon' hate when they see a plate. So imagine what they doing for $250,000. And we really the only ones going to war. You niggas just be talking like y'all won the war. I made love to this truth and there's no divorce. My Spanish mommy call me Poppy like a corner store. Let me show you how to do it. Said he living by the word, I think it's time he proved it. I think you better use your head before you fucking lose it. And save the acting for the camera, this is not a movie. I pray to God I don't fall off. I ain't nothing like y'all. Niggas think they slime, cut their head off a python. Blame me for my outlook, never counted the lookouts. The world said I wasn't shit, but look at how I turned out. Not so bad, huh? Why you mad, huh? We go hard, but go harder for the have-not. Listen, when that oil hit your leg, then you can't stop. Your feet better hit the ground running, this shit bedrock. Man, we tried to put him on, but he sleep. Waking up the people, that's the job for a priest. Hopped out the wheel, fringes swinging like a pendulum. You heard of the tribes, where the fuck you think they get it from? Look, I'm a soldier, get the order, then I get it done. Got some big shit to split the water, make these niggas run. Why you hurt? If I told the truth, then I showed you love. Let me prove it. Wanna move right? Let me show you how to do it. Let me show you how to do it. City living by the word, I think it's time he proved it. I think you better use your head before you fucking lose it. And save the acting for the camera, this is not a movie.
Don't step over the line though. Everybody, anybody, it's up for everybody. And that's I got bigger fish to fry. I got people to save. I ain't even on a rap, so I already beat the rap shit. Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do. They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Bashim, Yashabrakatam, to all the brothers, Yahweh Shamar, Latan Bashim, Yahweh Shai, to all the sisters, and priest and officer of 500 Barak Yalla, with the I.S.U.P.K, which stands for the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand, since 1969, we've been giving you the truth about your identity, which is really important. Why? Because in the times that we're in right now, there's a lot of things to be understood. The most important thing is that you are the chosen people of God. When I'm talking about you, I'm talking about so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And without you knowing your identity, right, which is you being the real biblical Jews of antiquity, you would never know that. This is why it's so important to be in these classes. It's so important to come to these cookouts, to be in these classes online, physically. Of course, it would be better for y'all, right? We got schools in different zones. And right now we're live on I.S.U.P.K, Montreal, Toronto, IET, and UPK La Pura Neta, right? So understand this. This is a part 2 of last week's class to see how we're going to conduct ourselves and how should we conduct ourselves in these last days. So just for a reminder, I'm going to go in the book of Matthew real quick to understand what are the times that we're in, right? So just as a refresher, as a reminder, we're going to go into the book of Matthew chapter 24 to understand that for those who haven't seen it yet, there's a video on TikTok where I break down that, you know, obviously in a joking matter that there were cell phones in the Bible. Why would I say that, right? Just to show you that the biblical times that Christ was talking about is today. That's why. Not that there's a literal cell phone in the Bible, but the day that we're in today, where we have access to cell phone and all sorts of technology, good night, the Teslas are driving themselves. This is the time that Christ was talking about, right? So just as a refresher, as a reminder, we're going to show you that real quick in the Bible. What was last week's class, the times that we're in, and how as a people should we conduct ourselves, right? Because, listen, you hear about all the signs that Christ was talking about, whether it's about wars, rumors of wars, you understand? I mean, 1 second. Those perilous times that where Christ said there is nothing that haven't ever been seen before like this, right? So let's get into it. Let's go to refresh your minds in Matthew chapter 24, and we'll start at verse 1. This might be a short class. Again, it's just a part 2 of last week's class. So we're just going to start with a refresher to remind y'all, to refresh y'all minds about what it was about. And then we'll get into the behavior we should have, which is really the behavior we should always have towards one another, right? This is proof that we love one another. This is proof that we love all of our brothers, sisters, wives, our children, sons and daughters, cousins, whatever the case is, on how we conduct us, on how we follow the law. There's only one way to follow the law, it's just to follow it, really. But this is going to be, how you call it, tremendously needed in the times that we're in, right? You're going to find out that you're going to have no choice but to obey the law. Because in the times that we're in, with all these prophecies that are coming to pass, if you think money is going to save you, if you think ammunitions are going to save you, you're going to do like COVID and buy all the toilet paper and the dry food and the canned beans, whatever the case is. If you think this is going to save you, trusting in your oppressor, if that's what you think is going to save you, you're in it for a rude awakening. Because if you don't have morals, if you don't have brotherhood and sisterhood, which is synonymous, y'all are not going to make it. Y'all going to be able to stack up food to the ceiling if you want to. This is not going to protect you from anything if you don't have brotherhood, if you don't have sisterhood. If to y'all single, independent, feminist women out here, if you don't have a man more precious than the gold of Ophir, if you don't have a man of the I.S.U.P.K, y'all in it for a rude awakening, and y'all really ain't safe nowhere. Just to let y'all know, right? So just to refresh y'all minds, let's go to Matthew chapter 24, start at verse 1. Matthew chapter 24, verse 1 says, "And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple." So again, Christ departed from the temple right at the time, Christ was out here performing miracles all over, teaching all over, right? So Christ went out of the temple. The disciples came to him to show him the buildings, like, look at these buildings, the architecture and everything, right? We're going to be a bit quick because we went over that last class. This is just a reminder of what we went over. Matthew chapter 24, verse 2 says, "And Yahawashi said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another." Christ is telling the disciples, listen, all these buildings that y'all are admiring right now, the architecture and everything, they're all coming down, right? And not one stone will remain on top of another. They're all going to be destroyed. All this society, right, is going to come down. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be rendered to dust. That shall not be thrown down. This is exactly what Christ is talking about. This society is coming down, and just like in Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4, no matter what Esau build, is the Most High will destroy it. Verse 3, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be?" So they're asking him, so when what you're talking about is going to happen, right? What should we look for? They're going to ask him for signs about the end of the world. Salakia. "And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" Because they know Christ is coming back. So he's asking them, they're asking him, what signs should we look for of this end of the society, of everything coming down, right? And here's what Christ is going to tell them. Christ is going to show you that he's talking about the times that we're in right now. All these worldly events that you hear about, yeah? Verse 4, "And Yahawashi answered him and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you." It's like, let's jump down to verse 6, because we already went to that. Don't listen to the preachers. Don't listen to the pastors. Don't listen to your friends tell you Islam is the truth when it's not. Or whoever is pushing some type of religious dogma. Don't listen to them, right? But let's show you the times that we're in right now. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." This right now. This is what Christ told the disciple. He told them, besides not being beguiled by anyone with stupidness, with foolery, he said, watch this. When you hear of wars and rumors of wars, it could be tomorrow, it could be a year, or it could be 100 years from now. Regardless, if you die, you're going to come back. And we already understood that. I think it's in the book of John when Christ healed the blind and the disciple was asking him, so who sinned? Why is he blind from birth? Is it because of his mother? Or did his father? Did he do something in his past life? Because we understand the concept of reincarnation. It never was a secret. The only reason why y'all don't understand it today is because y'all lost your culture and your heritage, which is this knowledge that's found throughout the Bible, right? But now Christ is telling them, when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, Don't even fret. Don't even worry. Do not be scared as the people are today. Right? This is why they should look for. It doesn't matter if it was 1,000 years from now. We are the 1,000 years from now that Christ was talking about. You hear about war damn near every day. You didn't hear that before. In 2012, you didn't hear about wars and rumors of wars there every day. We hear about it every day. We're in the time. We're in the biblical times today. You get it? But Christ told us, don't even be scared. Do not worry about what's going on. Why? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Because in order for this empire to vanish, for this empire to be toppled down, all these things must come to pass, meaning it must happen. It is a necessity. Haven't you ever heard there is no peace without war? Well, guess what? When we'll be in our land, there'll be no more violence in the land. That's what it says. That's the Bible says that. It's, what is it? Isaiah 60 and 18. You understand? Christ is telling you, listen, there is no peace without war. This must happen in order for us to be free from captivity finally. For this society. That's what the world war means. The world means age of society. For this to come down and to be rendered to dust. This is a sign you should look for. That you know this will happen. That you know this is the time. This is the last arc. The last 45 minutes of the movie. This is the conclusion. We're getting near to the conclusion. What did he say? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. This is what Christ is talking about. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation. You're going to see racial war. Race wars. This is not a conspiracy theory. You already had multiple far right or right-wing groups waking up. They good night. Listen, during Hebrew Academy, they made a whole article about us. They brought in the police and everything, talking about a group of black and Hispanics are training for a post-apocalyptic event or whatever the article said about us during Hebrew Academy, you know. But we're in the news for that. While they're not talking about all the right-wing groups training in their secret basements, the KKK fighting. Training to fight, training for a race war. They're not talking about that. But guess who talked about that 1,000 years ago? Christ did. You understand? Nation will rise against nation. They replaced their banner in Toronto. They're not saying Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. In Toronto, they have banners saying White Lives Matter. In Australia, they have banners saying ban the niggers and make legal machetes again. Something like that. Or is it in New Zealand? It's regardless, tomato. Racism is alive and well and is thriving more than ever. They just lynched. Y'all thought lynching was over. They don't even lynch people only down south. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, they lynched someone in New York. Up north. Well, y'all thought y'all were safe. Racism is alive and well everywhere. And Christ told you that these are signs that you should look for. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. You're going to see all these empires, all these countries are going to go at war one against another. And this is prophesied in the Bible. Again, we're not really going to focus too long on this real quick. This is just a refresher of last week to show you the times that we're in. And we're going to show you how you should conduct yourself. So let's finish this real quick. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. For how long we've been talking about food shortages? They already had COVID and the monkeypox, and they're saying they're 1 hair closer, they're 1 centimeter closer to finding a cure for HIV. Most High in Christ, but guess what? The Lord ain't nothing to play with. You find a cure for HIV, He bring 10 more plagues worse than HIV. You understand? He make 10 more pestilences that you can't get rid of. And earthquakes in diverse places. I told y'all last week, Iran got hit with 2 earthquakes in the midst of a war. And for the past year, for the past couple of years, matter of fact, there's earthquakes throughout the planet Earth, everywhere. 2 years ago, there was an earthquake damn near every month in the Caribbean. Every single island was feeling the earthquake. There was an earthquake, was it what? Last week in Mexico. Iran got hit with 2 earthquakes. And people are going to say, well, there's earthquakes everywhere all the time. No, there's not. Not like that. There's not. Most impressed with the earthquake in Japan, I think was last year on the day of New Year's. The Lord ain't nothing to play with. Y'all want to celebrate New Year's and worship all types of, homosexual Greek Roman deities. God said, yeah, no sweat. You think God is something to play with? Y'all want to keep relishing in your deviant lifestyle? The Most High, the day after the state of Israel bombed Iran bombed them the next day. Guess what? The next day was supposed to be their pride parade. The biggest pride parade in the Middle East was about to get bombed right after bombing Iran. You think the Lord ain't nothing to play with? He's the biggest troll. He's nothing to play with. You get it? But the times that Christ was talking about is right now, right? Y'all could go down. We went through, how Christ basically broke down like y'all basically in the same predicament as the people in the times of Noah, because y'all are not going to listen to what we tell you. We tell you in class, come to these classes, change your life. Get in these classes, change your life. Get ready for what's going to happen. But y'all don't want to listen, right? Let's get to the book of, y'all don't want to listen until it's too late, like in the time of Noah, right? Now let's get to the book of 2nd Ezra's. Chapter 15. And then we're going to get into how should we conduct ourselves towards one another. Yeah. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. We're going to go down to verse 14. Start there. Because all these were prophecies. All the prophecies in the Bible came to pass. I mean, you should know by now, the Bible is true. The Bible is true. It's 100%. It's flawless. It's not a religious book. It's about events that were, see it like the weather. You see how the weather, listen, the Bible is more accurate than the weatherman. The weatherman will tell you it's raining in the next couple of days, and you get a heat wave for about 2 weeks until it starts raining. The Bible tells you, listen, a nigga's gonna crack the sky open with 200 million nigga angels. Here's what's to look for. Just get ready. You understand? And it's gonna happen. Just like the Bible told you. Y'all disobey. Y'all gonna go back in slavery. Y'all gonna go on slave ships, and that happened. The transatlantic slave trade was prophesied in the Bible, so you cannot make that up. The Greek captivity is in the Bible. It's in the Apocrypha. It's in the book of 1st Maccabees. You can't make that up. The Persian captivity is in the Bible. All these nations know that this book is true. It's real. This is why they want you to stay away from it. And if you got it, they want you to listen to your oppressor's interpretation from it. And that's why a lot of y'all reject it. Listen, before we get into 2nd Ezra, a lot of y'all reject the Bible talking about, oh, it's a white man's book and this and that, whatever the case is, right? Y'all keep fighting in the white man's military. Y'all don't complain talking about it's a white man's military. I ain't gonna fight in it. Y'all have white people jobs today. Y'all talking about, well, it's a white man's job. I ain't gonna work in the call center or whatever the case is. And for those who refuse to work because talking about, well, it's a white man's job and they control everything, so y'all go sell drugs and commit all type of crime. That's the white man's lifestyle. Y'all don't reject it. Like, how does that make sense? The only thing that don't belong to the white man that he claims belong to him, if you accept every single aspect of the white man's lifestyle, why don't you accept the Bible that you claim belongs to the white man? Like, y'all really see, that's how I know y'all are really stupid. Y'all be stupid, y'all ignorant, and really, you don't even believe what you say. Y'all the perfect Christians. Shalom off the Madabar, Yahweh Hashem Shabrak, sir. And let me know if you want me to send you the link. As a matter of fact, I'll just send you the link, and you can hop in at any moment. I don't want to chime in at any moment. But the point is, this is to prove that y'all are really hypocrites. before we get into second Ezra, right? Y'all don't believe anything you say. Y'all are the perfect Christians talking about God loves everybody. The Christians are Donald Trump, a Christian, just bombed Iran, claiming he did a drive-by. Come to find out, he did a drive-by on an empty house. Right? Make it make sense. The Christians slaughtered the Native American Indians. Your slave masters were Christian, talking about God loves everybody. How does that make sense? Y'all don't believe what you say. And y'all are worse. The worst Christian possible is the black man, the native man. Our brothers and sisters are the worst Christians ever. You know, because a Christian will tell you, listen, eye for eye and tooth for tooth. Listen, the Christian will tell you all types of things. But really, our people as Christians do not believe what they say. The proof is, y'all say, well, this is a white man's book, so you reject it. But every single other aspect of the white man's lifestyle and society, you accept. That doesn't make sense. That just shows you that you don't even believe what you say. It's a trend. Saying, I reject things because it comes from white people, it's a trend. How I know? Y'all eat pizza. Isn't it an Italian dish? Don't y'all eat pasta? Aren't these Italian dishes? Y'all go, I bet y'all that y'all are not going to black colleges. Y'all are not going to black colleges. You go to the doctor, you're not asking specifically for a black doctor. Matter of fact, the hospital is not owned by black people. I know that for a fact. They bombed it. They bombed all of our businesses. If not, they gave them away when you try to join white people. You know? Y'all have white friends. Why don't you reject your white friends? Isn't it like part of the white lifestyle to have white friends? Right? Y'all read the Bible claiming it's a white man's book, but every single other aspect of white people lifestyle you accept, which is crazy, which is really insanity, right? Now that I proved that you really are an idiotic hypocrite, let's go back to the times that we're in today to show you how you should act towards one another in these perilous times, because brotherhood and sisterhood is really going to be, more valuable than gold. More valuable than any amount of money that you think will save you in these times, right? Let's go into the book of second Ezra once more. Chapter 15, start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe is an old English term meaning destruction, right? Destruction to the world, meaning to society, to this empire, and to those that dwell therein. God loves everybody. Why is he saying he's going to destroy the world? He's going to destroy the people that dwell in this society. Why? I thought God loved everybody. Ask the Christian pastor. Listen, ask the pastor to read you that. Matter of fact, the pastor can never read that for you, because the Apocrypha was taken out, I think, in around the 1800s, just to further hide our identity. If the pastor reads you that, he's going to have to include all the books of the Apocrypha. First Maccabees, when it shows that, yes, the Greek had us as slaves. He's going to show you that in Baruch chapter 4 and 1, that this is the book of life, and who obeys the commandment will live. And that the law is not done away with. He's going to have to read that. That's why they'll never read the Apocrypha, which is part of the Old Testament. But if God loves everybody, why is he saying, giving a prophecy to Ezra's, right? That this world, this society, this empire will be destroyed, and those people of the world with it. Let's go to verse 15. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Nigh again is another old English term that means close, that is near. Right? The sword is a weapon. The modern day sword today, you could call it whatever, your guns, your firearms, your artilleries, your tanks, right? Y'all about to see a lot of unaliving in these last days, a lot. Y'all seeing what's going on. Y'all seeing all the school shootings, whatnot, the wars. It was a school shooting, what was it, in not in Switzerland. Damn, I forgot. In Austria, that's what it is. In Austria, there was another one in Germany. Y'all think it was only an American thing. Good night. Y'all in it for a rude awakening. This is happening everywhere. There was another one in Eastern Europe. The white man's world is going up in flames at a faster pace than we think. Their destruction is nigh, is very close. We're in the last 45 minutes of the movie. This is the last arc. This is the final arc. You understand? This is where we at right now. We're in the last level of the game. You know, and this is time for you to get right with the Most High. Because all these things that are going to happen to you, you're going to have to pick a side. Are you going to pick the side that's going to be saved, or is that going to be destroyed? And as destroyed as we are already, we think nothing worse could happen to us. Best believe it, yes. Worse could definitely happen. And I'm about to show you. Listen, if y'all thought that, you know, I was speaking to a brother, right? He always told me, we were talking about politics or whatever the case is. Trump might be the final president. He told me, no, that's impossible. I said, World War III is coming. He said, no, that's impossible. We can never be in another world war. Lo and behold, Israel is bombing everybody, and they're not afraid to go against them. You know, Iran is saying death to such and such, whatever the case is. Iran told Donald Trump they got sleeper cells in America already. If y'all know what sleeper cell is, it's y'all watch the movie with Angelina Jolie. It's called Salt. If y'all have no clue what a sleeper cell is, watch the movie. Is it Salt? Let me look it up. Give me 1 second, yeah? I'm going to tell you right now. It's a movie that came out over 10 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it came out 15 years ago. It's called Salt with Angelina Jolie. Y'all watch it. Y'all watch Salt. Y'all, and just to give y'all an idea of what is a sleeper cell. They have these all over America, all over Canada. Matter of fact, all over the Western world and society. They have that everywhere. Asians, East Indians, Pakistanis, Iranians, all types of Syrians, Libyans, name it. What does it say? Job 18:11, terror shall be on all sides. Y'all in it for a rude awakening. And that's just on the spectrum of war. But we'll see, we'll keep reading Ezra's chapter, 2nd Ezra 15 to see that the world war is not the only thing you have to worry about. It's only one of the things you have to worry about. Right? Let's keep reading. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and their swords in their hands. Everybody's getting ready to fight. Again, what did Christ told you earlier? What did we read from Christ earlier? Matthew chapter 24, verse 7, that one nation shall go against another nation, and a kingdom against another kingdom. What's in the New Testament has been prophesied in the Old Testament. It's no different. The pastor will never tell you that. Just like the law is not done away with in the New Testament, the law was never done away with in the Old Testament. The law stands. The pastor will never tell you that. The pastor will never tell you that you are the people who can get right with the Most High. They'll make you believe that you need to love everybody. They'll just like we read, right? Don't let anyone deceive you. They'll deceive you into thinking love. Really, when they say love everybody, they're saying love your slave master. Because they get a check. You think they run the church for free? They get a check. I'm not even talking about the tithes that they tell you to pay, which is in the law that they claim is abolished, right? But they get a check. How do you think they're able to buy all their $1,000 suits and Rolls Royce and all type of things like that? They get paid to lie to you. They're like they could damn near run a podcast. Instead, they run a church. They could run a podcast and get they could be with Adam 22 on a podcast just lying to you and get a check. But they won't read you that. They won't read you the truth about the Bible, that you are the biblical Jews the Bible speaks of. And it's time for you to get right with the Most High. to come back to your law, statutes, and commandments, and get ready for the days that are to come. Because just like COVID, when the church shut its doors, watch when the bomb starts dropping. You think they'll keep their doors open? They won't even be in a church. The bomb will drop on the church. You know? So this is what we're reading that the pastor will never read. The pastor will never warn you, right? We are the watchmen of the nation, not these pimps and pastors or preachers and pastors, whatever you want to call them. It's all the same. Salakia. Down to verse 16. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men. Who knows what the word sedition means? Because y'all thought it's only the world war y'all have to worry about. You can never get touched because you're not out here in the Middle East fighting, right? You're not out here, you're not getting ready to fight with Kim Jong-un and them. Let's see. The word sedition, let me share my screen right here. Sedition. This is from the Oxford Language Dictionary. It says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or a monarch. This is basically another word for civil war. That's it. Listen, y'all go watch the interviews of Officer 5000, Hazahab and the Shargapan, right? They were in the march against the ICE raids. Most of the people, Salaki, were protesting for anything else but the ICE raids. There was a white woman talking about we need to get rid of Donald Trump and we need to bring, what she said? Communism to America. Fascism. We need to be against the government. You ask people, what are they tired about? They're tired about the government. That's it. And they're getting ready to act upon it. Where's the proof? They stormed the Capitol. Listen, Canada was ready to have a riot to stop all the trucks. They're stopping all the trucks from Canada to go anywhere. Now remember that. They're ready to have a riot in Ottawa. You know, they threatened Justin Trudeau's family when he was still prime minister. Trump, y'all call Trump a nigga because he got shot twice. Nobody's going to respect the power of the authority. That's what sedition is. They're getting ready to have civil war. Y'all worried about world war. Listen, wait till the bomb. You can wait a good minute before the bomb starts dropping. You know, look at all the civil unrest that's going on around you. You get me? Look at all the civil unrest. And this is what you're worried about. Y'all worrying about right now, we're the 26th of June. Y'all worrying about what pork to buy, which pork ribs to buy to put on the grill next Friday. Which pork to buy to put on the grill? What is it? The 1st of July is Tuesday because y'all about to celebrate Canada Day. Y'all worry about which fireworks to buy. You know, fireworks safety to not blow your hands up like you do every goddamn year. That's what y'all worried about. This is the crazy part because y'all hate the Latinos. Y'all won't stand with the Latinos, but y'all ready to celebrate what? A day of what is it again? July 4th. That this is a day really for white people and them celebrating their separation from the British. That's it. Y'all celebrate the day of the slave master. Not knowing that if you come to his cookout, he's probably gonna lynch you, cut you up, and put you on the grill, as they used to do in slavery. Yeah, it's a real thing. Y'all better get ready. Get your mind right. And check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because once you're on the grill, ain't no coming back. Once you're on the grill, I mean, of course you come back. But the point is, you're dead. It's a lock it. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men. Y'all get ready for civil war, because this is what sedition is. Civil war, civil unrest. Y'all go look at all these. You want to have an idea of what's going on, what's about to happen. Look in the movies. You think the movies is just a movie, it's fiction, it's just a script, it's made up. Boy, y'all better start watching movies like Salt with the sleeper cells, the Book of Eli, the post-apocalyptic movies like that. Just give you an idea of what's about to happen. What's a movie where they have civil unrest? I think it's Brick City or something like that with the RZA. Listen, y'all look up movies with civil unrest. Just Google what happens. Just Google up a riot. Look at videos of a riot. Right? They have that in Europe all the time. France and Spain are known for it. And they, listen, France, they fight the police all the time. Like physically. You know, people want to talk about, you know, getting in a shootout with the police or whatever. Whether it's even in Brazil it's all the time. But France literally physically fights with the police. If you go to France, it's not uncommon if you ever hear about someone fighting with the police physically. They don't give a damn. That's biblical, that they don't give a damn about the power of authority that's in place. And it's about to get worse. Let's read it again. 2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. I think it's a coincidence. Donald Trump got shot twice. They threatened Justin Trudeau. They threatening the ruler of the land. They don't care. They're not going to regard their kings or princes, not the authority, whoever's in power. They don't give a damn. Don't be surprised that they don't give a damn about the monarchy over there in Europe. Don't be surprised. Told you, they fight with the police all the time in France. It's not uncommon. And it's about to get worse. So what are you going to do when the people who, for lack of better words, are put in place to serve and protect, to protect and serve, however it goes, which really is irrelevant when it comes to them knowing their history and how they deal with us. Now that they have to think about their own lives and their families, as they claim that they have to think about every day before unaliving us. And they actually do. And they don't respond to a 911 call. What are you going to do? Y'all talking about people looting and rioting. Listen, when there's civil unrest and there's a civil war, you don't know. The city probably is on fire for the next week or so. Who are you going to call? Who are you going to be able to rely on in these days? We already talked about the World War last week. You know, you can still talk about it. What? The book of Joel. You want me to show you the nuclear bombs in Zechariah? Because yes, it will happen. But what are you going to do before that happens? And y'all claim that y'all are ready, right? Y'all are ready. Y'all stack toilet paper and bottles of water and dry food to the ceiling in your house. You got a generator. Next thing you know, there's civil unrest. People break into your house. You claim you got enough ammunition for 100 people. Ain't no sweat. People get shot every day and still live. What are you going to do then? Who can you rely on? The police is not answering the phone calls. I think they did that last year. I forgot in which state. Last year they said something like, if there's no body, we're not coming. So like they say, we're not responding to the call. I mean, what? Someone got robbed? Ain't no sweat. Is someone dead? No, all right, no sweat. It's about to be worse. They ain't even responding to no calls. And don't give a damn. Y'all, you know what? Y'all watch the movie The Purge. That's what it is. Watch the movie The Purge. Just to put you in that mindset where anything can happen. Anything will happen. And don't think that, you know, y'all gonna get prepped like in these YouTube videos, stack up all ammunitions. It's not what we're talking about, because that's really, even though it's good to be prepared when it comes as far to food, you know, protection, money is a defense, but all these things are not gonna save you if you don't have brotherhood. See, y'all about to go at it against each other in your own household. Y'all think you're gonna have to worry about the people from the outside, people you don't know, your neighbor that you trust. That white boy, he's taking your life, your child, your wife, without regard of any 12-year relation y'all have with them. It don't matter. You're gonna have to watch even for your own people. Y'all already have to watch for one another, because you don't know that, brotherhood is in our nature. Y'all were not taught that. Y'all were taught to fend for yourselves. Y'all were taught to disregard your neighbor. And when I mean your neighbor, I'm talking about your biblical neighbor, which is another fellow Israelite, another fellow Black, Latino, and Native American, Indian man or woman. That's what y'all were taught in this society, in this world. So y'all definitely not ready, much less ready for a world war, but for a civil war, for what's going to go on in your area when that happens. Let's read that one more time. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. You think your leader is going to protect you? The leader of the land, who don't even care about you in the first place? The police who say, well, I feared for my life. They fear for the life. Why would they come and, save yours? They already fear for the life when they have nothing to fear, really. Not that they say, well, I want to go back home to my wife and kids. Not that they have a real life scenario. Not that they never do, but not that they have a worse life scenario where I don't even want to go outside no more. I have to protect my life, my wife and my kids. Do you think they're going to respond to a call where someone kicked in your door? Listen, the new 911 call y'all going to have to make for our people, I'm talking about Black, Latino, and Native American Indians, is going to be the camp leader of that zone. Y'all going to have to call him. That's who you're going to have to, that's whose number you're going to have to dial. You get me? Let's keep reading. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Listen, people are going to be like, yeah, listen, I did what I did. I ain't claiming to be crazy. I ain't claiming to be on drugs. Listen, I had to survive. I had to survive. That's what they're going to say. I was fed up. There's not going to be any excuse for their actions. It's not just going to be a thought. That thought, they're going to bring action to it. You understand? They're going to be like, yo, listen, we're starving. How do they say down? Bar, good night. Your rib just came in as well. Hey, Shalom says, Yahweh Shema, Tabashim Yahweh Shai. How does it say in Louisiana? Get it how you live? Listen, you're about to see that in full effect. Everybody outside the truth about to see that in full effect. Y'all about to get it how you live. Which is how? How is our people outside the truth? Our people outside the truth is without any morals. That's how they're about to get it. They're already doing it today, but it's about to get worse on a different level. And their power, what did it say? So, like, what did it say previously? Let me get back to the previous verse. Just the end of verse 16. It says, and the course of their actions shall be in their power. Yeah. You get me? And that's how it will be. And our people are not ready because they don't have their mind right. Y'all think, let's get, what is it? Salakia. We're going to drop that real quick. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6. And this is one part of how we're going to have to be. Yeah. Ephesians chapter 6. Let's start at verse 11. Because this is how you get prepared for what's going to happen. Right? That comes with brotherhood. Why? Because Ephesians chapter 6 and 11 says, put on the whole armor of God. Have you read in the previous class that God is a buckler, meaning a shield? He is your armor when you obey him. You understand? You put on the spirit of the Most High. What is it? Isaiah chapter 3, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 to 3. You protect yourself. You shed it. You protect yourself in the shadow of Egypt, not in the covering of the Spirit of the Lord. The Spirit of the Lord is following these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how you shield yourself. You get me? Meaning what? If you put on the whole armor of God, meaning you obey him and he protects you. He will be your armor. He will be your shield, your buckler. We're going to see how important that is in these last days. That ye may be able to stand against the vials of the devil. You're going to be able to stand against every single evil spirit, every single temptation. If you put on the armor of the Most High. If you obey the law, statutes, and commandments. If you stay away from whores. If you stay away from drugs. Like, y'all don't even know. Y'all can't get high. Y'all talking about being woke and opening your third eye and your kundalini or whatever nonsense y'all talking about. Listen, y'all won't even y'all so high y'all don't even realize the times that we're in today. Y'all think y'all about to smoke a peace blunt with the terrorist and he's blowing your head off. He's you know. Y'all better get right. Y'all better put the blunt down and put on the whole armor of God. So you could fight against these evils. So if we can't fight against the vials of the devil, let's read verse 12. Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Y'all keep thinking too carnally, talking about I'm going to stack up this. I'm going to be armed to the teeth. I have food stacked to the ceiling. Anybody comes over here and, good night. Y'all about to blast. Y'all about to shoot through the door and then tell people to duck. But there's the thing. We don't wrestle. We don't fight. Our fight is not carnal. Let's keep reading. But against principalities, against the Christian church, against the dogma, the lies have been pushed to love everybody when it says to not trust your enemy. Against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world. This is who we're fighting against. How are you going to fight against them when they have all the armies in the world? You fight against them by not adopting their ways. This is how you be a rebel. You don't conform to society. They tell you hate your own people, you love your people even more. They tell you if you don't sell the drugs, someone else will and get the money that you need. Well, you still don't sell the drugs. You struggle and you look for a job no matter how hard it is to find a job. No matter how hard it is to make ends meet. If we knew that brotherhood was a weapon because it is our nature to be brotherly, it is our nature, it is our commandment. This is our order to follow. Y'all follow the white man's orders all the time. God said love each other. God said, as a matter of fact, we're going to get that real quick. He said, let the brotherly love never end. If y'all knew that, y'all would know how to maneuver through the world. Y'all would know how to maneuver through hard times and through harder times that are falling upon you in these last days. Let's finish that. And against spiritual wickedness in high places. Let's read verse 13. It says what? Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Y'all not about to fall on your knees. Y'all won't trip. Why? Because y'all put on the whole armor of the Most High. That's why. Y'all are ready to fight against anything. That's why. Because if you don't put the whole armor of the Most High, if you don't have brotherhood, y'all will fail miserably. Y'all won't even be able to take care of your own family because you will not be brotherly to your wife. Your wife will be a monster to you. Your kids will spit in your face. Y'all probably backhand them. Why? Because y'all gonna lose patience. Y'all gonna have no brotherhood compassion to understand that maybe my kids are scared and I need to understand that. Let me see how I can maneuver through comforting my kids, comforting my wife, letting them know they have nothing to worry about. Y'all won't even be able to do that. Y'all gonna be so scared yourself, y'all are going to abandon your own family. That's what's gonna happen. Because y'all are cowards who fear every single thing but the Lord. That's why. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 17. and understand that our fight is more spiritual than carnal, right? And we'll see the level of brotherhood that we're going to have. We read it last week. We need to gather together before it's too late. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 17 says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And that already happened. Listen, during COVID, y'all were not able to go in other cities. During COVID, you couldn't travel to certain cities. You couldn't travel certain states. You couldn't travel certain provinces. It's about to get worse. Imagine they shut everything down. What are you going to do then? Who are you going to be able to rely on again? Y'all going to lose your minds. The Bible says this. Salakia. So I can start paraphrasing, yeah? The Bible says this. This is what you're going to have to, who you're going to have to rely on. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born in adversity. Y'all about to see adversity like never before. And y'all think y'all in hell right now. Y'all think y'all have seen bad days right now. Wait till the worst days come. The worst days are knocking at your door like the bill collectors. Listen, all of y'all who are, I pray for y'all who have a wife that is a monster, that don't even want to cook when it's going to be time to cook. I feel bad for a lot of y'all. Because a lot of y'all either going to have a wife that don't want to cook or don't even know how to cook. And y'all going to have to be starving, going to war, focusing on them. I have to go to war. I have to feed this monster. And you already, you know, are not even right in your own mind yourself. Right? She can not even make unleavened bread. Good night. I pray for y'all that she comes to class and she learns the best unleavened bread recipe. Good night. When I say that, I had the best unleavened bread this year in my life. If your wife learns that recipe, you might be able to go to these famines that are coming, because y'all about to see that y'all probably won't. Y'all want to beef with the Mexicans? Y'all probably won't be able to eat nothing but rice and beans from the Mexicans. Arroz con frijoles, rice and peas, the Benjamite version. Y'all probably have nothing but to eat that. No, but the point is, it's gonna be hard where you're gonna see how valuable true brotherhood is in these last days. Y'all gonna see that without the brotherhood that really is only found in the I.S.U.P.K, y'all are not gonna make it. This is the spirit you're gonna have. You're gonna need to have to be able to dwell together in unity and with one mind, one spirit, to be able to rely on one another. And y'all gonna see if you could rely on one another in the harshest times that are coming right now. And this is not just for all of y'all that are of the world, in a sense where you have your family, you think you're good, you have your ammunition, no sweat. You have your family, most in Christ. Y'all can rely on one another, no, most in Christ. What about y'all so-called individualites who claim it's you against the world? What about y'all women who say, well, I don't need a man. I'm independent. I don't need a husband. I pay my own bills. You know, pay your own bills and fight your fights, I guess. Pay your own bills and fight your intruders. How about that? Y'all gonna have to realize that, yeah, maybe you do need a man. You pay your own bills. Keep paying the bills. Let that man fight all the intruders. That man keep you safe. You get me? This is the times that we're in right now. Women are gonna realize, yeah, I need a man. Good night. Before they find out that they need a man, or at the same time, they're going to find out that, well, you know what? I need a man to tell me how to dress because I keep showing my behind and something bad is going to happen. Don't you know in the times of war, rape is high? Y'all going to need to be protected. Y'all going to put that in your mind that y'all can walk outside with your cheeks out. Y'all won't be able to do that. These times are coming to an end. And they will never be there again. Just know that. That man that's here to protect you, he's watching over you. He's watching over the kids. You pay the bills again, no sweat. Well, he's taking care of the intruders while you take care of the bills. You won't have to. This is not time to, talking about, well, I want a 6 foot tall man with a six pack and a six-figure bank account. What you want is a man that has morals. What you want is a man that will not go out here steal from the neighbors some food because y'all are starving, and then he bring a plethora of heathens to bust your door down to take back what he took from them. That's what you want. You want a man. You want a man that follows the law, statutes, and commandments. You really want a UPK nigga, Salakia. That's what you want. That's what you need. The hell of what you want. That's what you're going to need. Right? In these times of adversity, you won't be able to afford what you think you may want. It's not wrong in having some standards, but as far as having the standards that were given to you by your oppressor, you're going to have to rethink twice. Because who's going to protect you? In the times that we're in right now, nobody gives a damn. Nobody cares. Nobody even cares. Nobody cared before we talked about war. Like we have Officer Matabar in the chat. Shalom to y'all.
Yo, what's going on with you, priest?
Everything to what with you? What's going on down south, sir?
Oh shit, nothing but rain and heat.
Hey, good night. That's all over the globe, apparently. But yeah, Salak, everyone. Anytime you want to chime in, absolutely at any moment, right? But yeah. So basically, y'all are gonna understand that it is time like never before for a woman to have a man over her. It's time like never before for you to have a brotherhood. When it says love thy neighbor, it means love that so-called Black, Latino, Native American, Indian men. Again, food shortages of coming. All of those Mexicans that you voted for Trump to deport, well, guess what? They're going to be the people feeding you. Y'all can't cook rice and beans. Y'all can't. The only time people cook black eyed peas is what? For New Year's? Y'all about to eat them black eyed peas every year for the next 6 months with those food shortages. Y'all better be ready for that. Y'all gonna understand how valuable brotherhood is in these last days. Right? Let's get back to 2nd Ezra chapter 17. Let's go to verse 18. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 18. For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Listen, good night. Who is ready for that? Who is ready to live like in a zombie apocalyptic movie where you have to barricade your windows, barricade your doors in fear of someone coming in? In the UPK, we fear the Lord only. Lord be with you if you try to harm my family. If you try to harm my family, if you try to harm Officer Adiyar, his family, Lord be with you. In UPK, we fear the Lord only. But y'all are going to fear everything that's surrounding you. Y'all going to feel what's going to happen to them. Y'all going to fight in the grocery. Y'all think y'all seen people fighting in the grocery store for what? For toilet paper during COVID? Y'all about to fight for a bag of chips. My kids need the chips because that's how I keep them calm in the house. And, in the times that we're in, please help me. The hell with you. F your chips. That ain't even nothing.
I don't know if you remember. They was fighting over the goddamn Popeye chicken sandwich when it came out.
Good night. Y'all think y'all seen a fight talking about fighting for chicken sandwiches and Jordans, toilet paper?
Don't talk about
for a parking spot. So like the other one.
I say don't talk about the Christians. They were scared as soon as they heard Donald Trump shot off some missiles or whatever he did. They were the first ones scared. The ones not inside this truth, the ones in your family, even the family members scared. Oh, you about to go to war. What you getting scared for? Because the Lord ain't with you. You're sitting in goddamn church, or you're doing whatever you want to do. Now you won't be scared.
Right.
You ain't scared when you're out there home and selling drugs, unaliving each other, but you're scared now that your daughter Trump about to go to war.
And they talk about that all the time. Them right, sir. It's talking about, well, we at war with the Bloods, we at war with the Crips, and you didn't know what war is. Listen, war is bombs are trying to jump on you talking about you're at war. Now we at war. Again, we've been at war since 1492. The war switched from physical aspect to spiritual aspect. And y'all think y'all were afraid now of someone creeping up on you with a gun to your head. If y'all think y'all were afraid now in the worst living conditions that we are, it's about to get even worse. That's why it says, gather together, O nation not desired. You're not going to be able to make it without brotherhood. You're not going to be able to make it alone. Women, sisters, you're not going to be able to make it without a man. Watch all these lesbians reset their press on the factory reset button. Because they know they're going to need a man. They're not tough. They're hurt. And they're going to realize, you know what? I need a man. I need the testosterone, not the one, that they've been injecting in their veins, but the one that they could have injected in them that could help them procreate. Salakia.
I'm right. I don't need a man. Women gonna be in trouble. All I could be single and all that, they're gonna be in trouble. Them government funds ain't gonna help you then. That welfare and everything you get, kicking the brother out, child support, all that ain't gonna help you.
Damn right. Y'all need God support at this point. This is what we always needed, is God support. Guess what? God is not giving us support. Not because he's a deadbeat father, but because we are unruly, disobedient bastards of children. That's why. Just like any parent, you obey, you get rewarded. You disobey, hey, Lord be with you. And God has said, Lord be with you. But guess what? I'm the Lord. You get me? Second Ezra, let's read that again. 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. People is not going to give a damn. You say, you know what? And if you don't know, the government really don't run anything. It is not a conspiracy theory. The people are able to influence the government. If the people are, listen, the people are mad, right? They could burn down the whole city. Haven't seen y'all don't remember what happened in the Capitol, and John Mahayman brought it out again. That sister, that Puerto Rican sister, Ocasio-Cortez, they're looking for her in the Capitol. They wanted to rape her. Imagine, that's just the Capitol. Imagine now during these civil unrest throughout the planet, whether it's in the UK, whether it's in France, in the US, and Canada. Y'all ain't safe. Man, she's in a government building with agents on the payroll. She barely was safe. Now imagine in these times that are prophesied. It says, the house shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. People are going to be afraid. Again, y'all go watch these movies. These movies will give you an idea of what's to come visually, because clearly y'all don't believe in the Bible. Y'all claim y'all do. Y'all really don't. And for those who say, well, I don't believe it because it's a white man's book, no sweat. Go watch the white man's movie. Y'all have no issues in watching the white man's movie talking about little green Martians coming to the planet, or what did they say out of one? The reptilians and all types of
the lizard men.
The lizard men and living in the sewers, and y'all believe even the most drug influenced conspiracy theory from the white man you will believe, but you will not believe that you are the people of the Bible, that the Bible is not a white man's book, and that everything in it is true. Is insane. Guess what? All these things are coming to pass right now. Whether you like it or not, you want to argue it's the white man's book? No sweat. Well, guess what? You have no issues believing in what the white man said anyways. So why not believe what's in the book? You read your car manual. You didn't manufacture the car. Hey, Salak, I want to hear this, right? Y'all claim the Bible is a white man's book, but y'all would always want to quote The Art of War, which was written by a Chinese man. So what, the Chinese is more credible than the white man now?
Right. Negroes live by that book. Negroes actually follow the book. Same way they believe the oppressor when the oppressor did all this telling lies, talking about aliens coming down probing them. That's to get you in panic, to have you thinking you're gonna stand up and fight against the goddamn angels that come in the goddamn IFOs. That's to get you scared. They telling you for years, all these stories used to come on TV, all these stories. Yeah, they coming down probing us. I saw a flash and then they was in my backside, you know.
Yeah, y'all are just homosexuals. No, no, not one being coming from these so-called IFOs is going to probe you with nothing. You're going to get a sword to your neck, not a probe in your backside. That's biblical too. You goddamn deviants. Y'all always have to incorporate some type of deviancy in everything that you do. Y'all want the extraterrestrial beings to be sexual deviants like you are. This is why this earth has to burn. You understand? Salaki, sir.
You're right. They come all these millions and millions of miles just to come shove something up your backside. They got all this technology just to probe you in the backside.
That's like, crazy work. Good night. You can make this up. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? But Salaki, we're running short on time. Let me go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. Again, this is the type of brotherhood that y'all gonna understand, y'all going to need. Whether you're an individualite, you know, whether you trust nobody, whether you are a independent black woman, right? That don't need a man that pays all her bills. Pay your bills. Listen, pay my bills at this point. You know, don't pay my bills. I couldn't care less. You're gonna need a man. And Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 says, 2 are better than 1. Yeah, who's going to protect the household? You're not going to be able to protect the household alone or your kids. Y'all women out here treating y'all kids like husbands. Really, it's kind of pedophilic. It really is. They're not going to be able to protect you. I just seen a clip, sir. This woman walked down the street, across the street with some type of rifle to beef with a grown-ass man. Her son had to stop her. You can't even protect your own kid. He has to make sure that you don't end up on the news. And you're going to get him unalive for that. I just seen a post. A sister, a lunch lady, paid some 4th graders to beat up another child because he called her a bitch. Y'all can't make this up. You can't. Listen, you're going to need a man to guide you. You're going to need a man to make sure you probably don't do nothing stupid. You know. And you brothers are going to need men to show you how to be men. Because that doesn't mean, because you need a man, just sleep with the next one that's coming and then y'all going to be safe. That nigga's probably a drug addict. He's probably going to molest your kids. He's probably going to sacrifice you. You know. That's what it is. You're going to say, yo, listen. Keep me alive and I'll give you my wife. Y'all do whatever y'all want with her. That's what's going to happen. He's going to sell you for a bag of rice. The hell with a bag of rice. He's going to sell you for a pound of weed. He doesn't have access to weed no more. All the import export is over with. Y'all can get your drugs. Y'all going to lose your mind. Good night. Y'all ain't even thought about that, right? Y'all going to lose your mind because y'all can access the drugs that y'all get high on. And a lot of these brothers, they're going to sell their women. It says,
it kind of sounds like the story you brought out in Numbers last time. When the brother had to give away his wife to protect the brother.
Right. Good night. I just thought about it. Yeah. And that's really going to happen. Because y'all gonna end up either with no protection, no man, or choose the wrong man who will sacrifice you for a bag of weed. a Xanax pill. That's what's going to happen. Now, understand that brotherhood is the ultimate weapon. Brotherhood is going to be your weapon, your shield, your currency. But you don't have brotherhood because you don't have this record who teaches you brotherhood. Without this record, without these instructions, you will have no brotherhood. How's the proof? Because y'all in the church, y'all don't read the Bible. Y'all claim y'all do. Talking about he lives by the sword, he died by the sword. He killed my nigga, I kill his nigga. And that's how it must go. Haven't you read that the Lord said, vengeance is mine? Y'all didn't read that in the church, did y'all? See, that's the problem. That's why y'all should leave the church. Y'all should come sit in these classes and learn this, that two are better than one because they have good reward for their labor. That's not just brotherhood in a sense where it's just two brothers helping out each other, you know, a brother born in adversity. The same way a man and a woman, you know, it's not good to be alone. She could help you too. Let's go to verse 10. While you're securing the zone, while you're taking care of what's going on, Yon Shamar, she makes the best unleavened bread ever. I don't know if you heard me earlier, Adawan. I had the best unleavened bread in the nation this year. The best. And I'll bet with anyone else, not to be unbrotherly Salaki or to brag too much, I have the best unleavened bread recipe.
Damn right.
You know? But in these coming days, besides the fact that y'all gonna need, you know, the unleavened bread recipe that I got, Salakia, y'all will not be able to afford being alone. Y'all won't. And if you think you can, y'all already miserably failed multiple times because where y'all at today? We're before all these calamities and famines and wars, and y'all are alone like a hermit, and y'all miserably failing, miserably. I could tell. It's easier to, I mean, a Christian is easier to spot, but it's pretty much the same. You know, matter of fact, perfect examples of not being able and not affording to be alone is the Most High always has to fight for us. If God is not with you, you're alone and you die. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 30. This is a perfect example. If the Lord is not with us, we're alone. We're left to fend for ourselves and we die. That's throughout the Bible. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 30 says, the Lord your God, which goeth before you, he's with us. He walks in front of us. He's guiding us. Just like a shield is before you, a shield is in front of you to protect you, right? He shall fight for you according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes. We witnessed everything that happened in the land of Egypt before it got destroyed. The Lord was with us. You know, whether it's the frogs, the plagues, killing all the firstborns in Egypt, he was always there. The book of Joshua, when Joshua went to fight with these Hamite tribes, the Lord was with us. He was able to fight. The moment the Lord is not with us, when we're here to fend for ourselves, we die. It's because of one stingy nigga that couldn't wait to go back home and get a garment from his wife. He had to steal a Babylonian garment and a wallet. That's it. And that's all it took. When we sin, the Lord is not with us. We're alone, left alone to fend for ourselves. Good night. Moses needed a brother to speak to the people. He got Aaron. Aaron was Moses' mouthpiece. Again, what it said, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9, two are better than one. This is brotherhood right here. If a friend loveth at all times, like we read in Proverbs, and a brother is born in adversity, who is there for you when you want to remain alone? When there's nobody you can rely on? Who's there? The shooter, his gun, and the bullet that's coming to rob all your rice that you stacked up to the ceiling because he's hungry too. That's who's there. Death. That's who's there. The heathens. The Gentiles. Both heathens and non-heathens will be there at your door, breaking it down and taking everything that they need. Brotherhood is a weapon. You can only find it in the I.S.U.P.K. These are the times that we're in. We're going to have to get right, put on the whole armor of the Lord, which is obeying these laws, statutes, and commandments. Learning that you are the people of the Bible. And with that comes a certain code of conduct, a moral code. That's it. It's not rocket science. It's not hard to love one another.
Damn right. And this will cut to all them what they call individualites.
Karawakan.
You know, two are better than one. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here. I'm gonna teach myself. Oh, I'm by myself. Oh, I don't want to join I.S.U.P.K. I just be watching their videos, stealing their breakdowns and everything else, but I don't want to join. You don't have no brotherhood. You don't have no sisterhood.
Damn right. Yeah, and listen, tell us, give us a call, whichever city you're in, you individualites, right? When people start knocking on your door because they want to steal all your rice, they want to steal your beans, they want to steal the water you stashed away, give us a call, and let's see if you're gonna, stand on I'm an individualite, or maybe you're gonna read Ecclesiastes 4 and 9, where it says two are better than one, right? Let's go to verse 10. Verse 10, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. Listen, y'all are running away from the civil war. Y'all are being chased down. You fall and bust your ankle, whatever the case is. If you're alone, who's there to lift you up? If you become weak spiritually, who is there to lift you up? There's nobody but you and your demons. Who's there? If you're starving, you have no more food, you're falling short, who will be there to lift you up? You want to be alone. You don't want a man. Who's there besides you and your hunger? Who's there when you have no more water besides you and your thirst? Keep that in mind in the coming days. Who's there?
It ain't going to. It's not going to be your pastor. He ain't going to help you. It ain't going to be Steve Harvey or all these other people you sit online listening to for spiritual guidance. They ain't going to send you water. They ain't going to pay your bills. They ain't going to help you out in the time of need. But this is what you get your advice from.
Good night. The church already shut the doors during COVID. They're definitely not helping you. They holding you hostage for 40 grand in the church. They're not paying no bills. They're not even give you batteries for a pocket light. What do you call it? A pocket light? The little camping light. The flashlight. That's what it is. They're not even giving you nothing for that. You understand? Who will be there if you fall? Your brothers will be there if you fall. Your husband will be there if you fall. Same for the children. Your parents are there when you fall. That's what two is better than one. And again, that's just in the brotherhood. Same for the man and the woman. Just like a husband can lift up his woman, the woman can lift up her husband. It's like, yo, listen, you fall weak, your wife will, Lord allow it doesn't happen to y'all. Your wife will be like, nigga, I ain't married no weak nigga. Come back to your senses. You understand?
And if you look at it,
go ahead,
if you look at it, they do the same thing. A tornado come through, a hurricane or whatever, knock down the damn church. The pastor go there looking to build that goddamn stone back up so you come worship that false idol in that damn church. He don't give a damn about you. He in there
Right.
the next day asking for tithes and money to help rebuild the church with the false idols.
Not help the people. Help the building. The hell with the building. The people died. Probably people. He's gonna ask for tithes from the people that are buried under the rubble. That's the craziest part. You will not find brotherhood like this outside the I.S.U.P.K. Listen, I was walking down, the rest of the money I had on me, I was walking down to the store. I seen a sister, I recognized a sister. I'm like, yo, the rest of the money I had on me, I give it to her, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? She was hungry and everything. I went to buy her pizza, a drink, and everything. Y'all would not believe the amount of people that just walk past the sister like she ain't nothing. You know. It's not even about the fact that she was homeless or whatever the case is. It's about we're already living in hard times and harsher times are coming. And without, I'm not even going to say a certain level of brotherhood, without brotherhood, period. Because y'all don't have brotherhood because, you know, you're broke and your homie bought you a pack of cigarettes. That's not brotherhood. He just helping you die quicker. That's it. Without the brotherhood that's found in the I.S.U.P.K, you're going to be on a different level of hell. And it's already bad. It's about to get worse. You know. Y'all going to be starving asking for rice and beans, but you voted for Trump who deported all the Mexicans who were going to feed you rice and beans. You FBA cats, which are idiots, y'all going to enjoy eating rice and peas from the Caribbean brothers that you say are not black. Y'all don't want the Haitians? Well, guess what? Y'all going to be enjoying amazing Haitian rice. That Lee Jonjon, that black rice, yeah, y'all won't say that we ain't black no more after that. After the food shortages, y'all will watch your mouth. There's no time. There was never a time for division in the first place. It's time like never before to gather together, O nation not desired. Because times are coming where, yo, damn near gonna blow my phone up talking about where's the unleavened bread recipe. Well, we ain't disclosing that. You come and get a plate. You know, that's it. The unleavened bread recipe, I would have to ask the chef. Only the chef could disclose that. Amazingly, surprisingly, Salakia, sir, even though I'm probably one of the best cooks in the nation, I am not the chef. I am not the author of that recipe. You know, but this is what y'all gonna need. Y'all gonna need brotherhood like never before. And if you want to stand alone, you will die alone. That's really what's gonna happen. And then all you're gonna have to do is blame yourself. You can't even blame God because you turned your back on him. We all did. So we have to come back to him. We have to return to the law, statutes, and commandments, to the instruction that he gave us to be able to live. What does it say? Baruch. Let me get that real quick. We're about to end the class. This is the book of Baruch in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 1. Salakia. It says, Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. Again, this is what the preacher will never read the Apocrypha because it says the law endures forever, meaning it will never be abolished. All they that keep it shall come to life. This is how you live. This is how you survive in the last days, by obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's how you will live. Brotherhood will keep you alive. It's part of the commandments. To not hold a grudge against one another, to love one another as ourselves. You know, when you see adversity, listen, you will see brothers and sisters like never before. Good night. Y'all sisters won't even, y'all won't be able to argue. Y'all gonna have to get along with each other, sharing one man. Ain't no time to argue. And give away your location by arguing for no goddamn reason besides that you're jealous for whatever reason. Ain't no time for that. You're gonna have to be sisterly. You know, you husband, you're gonna have to be, listen, y'all gonna have to suffer some of these women, whether they're dragons, whether they're stressed, whether they're scared. You're gonna have to deal with that. You have to let them know ain't none to be scared about but the Lord. Same with the kids. Y'all will have to check yourself. Y'all will not be able to afford to run out of patience. You can never afford to run out of patience, anyways. You don't want to be a lion unto your house. I forget, that's in the Apocrypha somewhere. You're gonna have to be compassionate. You have to be understanding and long suffering in these last days more than ever. But time is short. Time is running short. You understand? So like we're running out of time out of one. You know, the general class is about to start. Anything you want to add before you end the class? We might have to do a part 3, as a matter of fact, or just, you know, hit up another topic of this last coming days and how to maneuver through it with ultimate brotherhood and sisterhood. You know, but Officer Matabar, anything else you would like to add before we end the class?
Hey, that was a good class. If you're available Saturday night when we do our podcast, you know, I'll send you the link.
Kawakan, so I'm gonna definitely hit you up to see what's going on. And then we work something out this Saturday or the next coming Saturdays. For sure, I'll be there. We'll definitely work something out. Yeah, we're gonna end the class right here. As usual, I always have the pleasure and the honor of having Officer 5000 Matabar from Louisiana with me. Right, this is the Brotherhood class every Thursday evening, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're live on I.S.U.P.K, Montreal, Toronto, I.S.U.P.K, La Puraneta. Just make sure y'all get right. Get your mind right. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. The times is over when it comes to getting high, when it comes to being a whore, when it comes to being a sinner in general. It's time to come back to the laws and the commandments to be able to learn how to be a brother, learn how to be a sister, learn how to maneuver through these hard times that are upon us like never before. The same times that Christ was talking about are here today. We are in those biblical times. It's today. It's not 1,000 years ago. It's not 1,000 years from now. It is right here, right now. With that said, I'm Priest Officer 500 Barakiala with the I.S.U.P.K, which stands for the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm going to get the security announcements. I'm going to end the class right here. To water for everybody who tuned in, and shalom. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. Rule for your brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, tied to the commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amounts you'd like. Upcoming holy convocation, we have the feast, Salakia, the memorial of blowing of trumpets, which will be the first day of the 7th month, which follows Sunday, the 21st of September, 2025. You can read more about it in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 to 25. Reminder to all Akim and Aquatan to check the bulletin board in the hallway of their school if they have a physical location. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, and a scarf. But that's what we'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers and a courtesy salute to the sisters. With a visual imajim, which means to stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers. With a visual imajim Shabbat, imajim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Brakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Shalom.
Mean Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai bless y'all. Yajamata, which means hands down. Sar, which means to turn. Turn and face your sisters. We'll give them a courtesy salute as well. Mina visual Imajim Shabbat. Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Alatan Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shamar, Alatan Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Mean Yahweh watch over y'all in the name of Yahweh Shai. Yajamata, class dismissed.
Check me out, dog. Roll the window up, man. The water. Ain't no better, dog, brother. The son of a king. I don't Balenciaga. I might just wear Kyla. I might just wear the Pradas. But I'm thinking long term, so I might say the dollars. We ain't no better. I'm just being honest. I should've went to college, but I was thinking violence. It's a one West world. We the fucking livest. Break it down, we break ground. We don't break no damn promise. Let's get active, dog. Don't tell me how you feel about it. These cats saying too much. They ain't learn enough. You maxed out the first quarter, I'm still warming up. These niggas tossing up a brick, they can't score with us. Who gon' come against us? On the Lord with us. Them niggas riding for you. Hope they ride till they crash. Put my name in your mouth, I put my belt to your ass. I ain't running no race, I just hope that I last. All them niggas you look up to, I consider them trash. Only time you seen a leader was in Wayne hand. Niggas will dap you, then pop you with the same hand. I'm a main player, I stick to the game plan. He don't really fuck with you, that's your main man. We them niggas came through and made your city hot. Yep, said he in the field, but he really not. And I ain't casting no stone, I just let him rock. And that's the kind of story they gon' read about. But if it's war, it ain't no tapping out. Grip still heat, spit like a dragon mouth.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.